Hey guys, what's going on? Gaming9to5 here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys all about combat here in RuneScape. Now, combat here in RuneScape is a little bit more complicated than some of the other stuff we've talked about. So, what we're going to need here is just a little bit of gold. So, if you guys need 10 gold, I'm going to have linked down below a few ways to make some extra cash in RuneScape, and then also some food. Now, if you guys want to get some food, for example, like shrimp I have right here, I'll link you guys 2 videos. One, how to do fishing, and then 2, how to do cooking. And those 2 videos will show you guys how to go catch fish and then how to cook it. And then once we start doing combat, which we're going to do right now, you'll be able to actually use that food to heal. And if you guys start the game, you should start with all 4 of these items: a wooden shield, a bronze dagger, pickaxe, and sword. And these 3 things I'm going to be using to explain to you guys how to train. But if you guys want, all you need is a bronze sword, and bring some extra gold just in case you need to get in and out of places or you guys want to buy something. So, to train, like I said, this is just the Lumbridge Castle right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go out of the Lumbridge Castle. We're going to go across this bridge, and we're going to be right here in this area. And now this area has a bunch of these things called goblins. Now, goblins are pretty good to train on. They do drop a few things like bones, a few runes, some extra coins. But none of these things are really that great. There's something like this bronze square shield. Somebody else killed this guy. He dropped, and then a goblin dropped the bronze square shield, and I think this one's actually better than the wooden shield. If we click on this worn inventory little tab thing here, what you can do is you can put it on, and you guys can see the bonuses right here. So it's like 5, 6, 4, and then if we put this one on, it's 4, 5, 3. So as you guys can see, the bronze shield is better. But if you guys just have the wooden shield, it's just as not just as good, but it's pretty much almost as good. So if you want to attack something, you just click on it and you'll start attacking it. But you don't want to be punching it, right? You don't want to be kicking it. You don't want to be doing one of those things. You want to be stabbing it or something. So we're going to actually start it off with this bronze sword. Now, as you guys can see, we're kind of killing him. We're not going to be hitting him every time. Sometimes you do miss. Actually, you miss quite a bit in RuneScape. And the way you stop missing is by getting your attack level up. Whenever you get your attack level up, what your account starts doing is it stops missing as much, right? It starts hitting higher more often, right? So it hits zeros less often, and it does your max hit, whatever your max hit is. It starts doing that more often, and then also what your attack level does is it allows you to wield different levels of weapons. For example, at level 1, which is what I'm at right now, I can only wear bronze and iron, and I only have bronze right now. But once I get level 5, I can do steel. At 20, mithril, and then like at 40, you can do rune, and then all the stuff in between, as you guys can see here. And then if you guys also click on the little attack book, you guys can see it on your own. And then like after like 75, you can do the arc light, which I don't even know what that is. That's a new weapon, I believe. And then like 70, you can do the barrow stuff. At 75, you can do the blessed diamond god sword and other god swords and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So this book's really useful. So I can only use bronze right now, and get my attack level up is going to allow me to use other things. For example, like the iron dagger, which spawns right there. But we're not going to be caring too much about that. Right now, all I want to do is I want to talk to you guys about some of these skills. So like I said, if you guys want to get your attack level up, what you want to do is you want to go over here into your combat options. And so there's 4 options here. Sometimes you have 3. For example, if you're not wielding anything, you only have 3. So whenever you only have 3, it's really nice and easy to like kind of explain it. So I'm just going to be using the unarmed option. But whenever you have something else on, I'll explain that as well. But anyway, so whenever you are just punching people, as you guys can see, if you hover over, you guys can see what you're doing. So what it says right there is accurate, crush, and attack XP. So accurate means like what kind of attack this is. Whenever you're punching something, it's an accurate punch, so it's gonna hit more often. And then your crush is kind of like the type of damage you're doing. For example, if you use something like a warhammer, that's going to have a lot higher of a crush than its slash, right? Its crush attack is going to be higher than its slash attack. But then like a scimitar or a sword is going to have a higher slash attack than crush, right? So there's that. And then there's the last option, or the last little bit of information there. It says attack XP, which is the type of experience you're going to be getting, which is really the most useful one. You really shouldn't really care about the accuracy or the crush unless you're doing like player versus player battles, but I wouldn't recommend that if you're a newer player. Sorry. But like I said, what we want to really worry about is that third one that says attack experience, or XP. XP just means experience usually in this game, or EXP will also mean experience. So we are getting attack XP whenever we're using the punch. And then whenever we go over to the kick, you guys can see we're doing strength experience. And then whenever we go down to the block, we're doing defense experience, right? So that's how you know which one of these three things you're training whenever you're doing melee. But whenever you use any type of a sword or dagger or whatever, you're never going to get one called range experience or prayer or magic, right? You actually have to be using a bow to be able to get range experience. But this is going to be only on like melee combat. I'm going to be doing range and magic and prayer and all that stuff in separate videos. But for right now, we're just going to be doing melee. So in melee, whenever you wield a sword, it's pretty much the same thing. It allows you to hover over it and see, oh, that's strength experience, that's attack, that's defense, and that's strength XP again. And then sometimes different things have different, you know, like, I don't know, I guess attack styles. For example, the spear will do defensive experience. It does shared experience, which means it will do all three. I don't really have a spear right now, but if I did, I'd show you. But it actually allows you, like, no matter what you're using, it will actually do shared experience, which means it's going to give equal parts experience to everything. Now, normally, whenever you hit something, for example, if I was to take my sword or hand or whatever, and I was to hit a 1 right here, as you guys can see, just give a second. One day, I'm going to hit. If you guys pay attention up here, it's going to have an XP drop, or a bunch of XP is going to appear, and then it's going to float up. Oh my god, can you hit? There you guys can see it went up +5. So what that essentially meant was it did. Here, let me turn this one on actually. As you guys can see, it's gonna come on. Boom, there you go. So it does 4 strength XP and a little bit of normal experience, or sorry, HP experience. HP experience is hit points experience. So hit points is like the amount of health you have. This is your health, and then this is your health. If it ever goes down, this first number right here is gonna go down. So if I ever get hit, it's gonna go down to like 9, and then get hit again, it's gonna go 8. And whenever I hit 0, it's gonna, well, it's gonna kill me. Like I'm gonna die, and then I'm gonna spawn over here in Lumbridge. So essentially, to go over it, you know, attack experience. Whenever you get your attack levels up, it makes it so you're more accurate, so you hit zeros less. Whenever you get your strength up, your maximum hit potential goes up, so your maximum hit goes up. So for example, whenever I get 10 strength, my max hit is like 3 or 4, you know. And then something like your attack level. For example, if I'm using like a whip, you know, or a dragon scimitar or something like that, if I'm using a really high level weapon, it's gonna make my attack higher because it has a higher bonus over here. If you guys check this right here, there's a few different bonuses, like attack bonuses, and then there's also like melee strength +5 bonuses and stuff like that. So you want to look at your melee strength, which is like +5 right now. If we take off the sword, it's +0. So the higher this is, the higher your max hit is, and it's kind of multiplied by your level. Not multiplied, but it kind of works with your level. So the higher your level, and then the higher that bonus is, the higher your maximum hit is. And then your defense level is kind of the opposite. It's like what they can't hit you. It's kind of like your actual defensive level. So like this goblin, every time, if I had like 99 defense right now, he could never hit me because my defense is so high. If it was like level 3 or 4, maybe he'd hit me significantly less and stuff like that. So essentially, this game kind of works on bonuses and like statistics. It's a very statistical type of game. So, you know, the higher your levels are, the better you are at, like, you know, killing things. So, you know, having better weapons and better armor allows you to, you know, like kind of multiply your hits and stuff. Not multiply, but multiply your I don't know, ability to hit, I guess. And it's not really multiply, it's more like it adds to it. So there you guys go. There's melee training, and boom, as you guys can see, after you get a certain amount of experience, your level goes up, and then the amount of experience required to level up goes up as well. And so as you guys can see, training is quite simple. You just attack something that is weaker than you, or you know, just as strong as you, and then you attack it. But then I wanted to talk to you guys about food. Now you guys can see my health is at 4. If I eat one of these shrimp, it's gonna go up to 7, and then I eat another one, it's gonna go up to 10. So essentially, every time I eat a shrimp, it heals me by 3. Now other foods, for example, like say if I catch trout, if I get 20 fishing and 20 cooking, and then I go and I catch some trout, I cook it, every trout I eat will actually heal 7. And then after I get 30 cooking and cooking and fishing, yeah, and I start catching salmon, it'll actually start healing 9s. And then whenever I get trout, it'll do 10. Or sorry, not trout, sorry, tuna. Very similar names. Whenever I start eating tuna, it'll heal 10. And then whenever I start doing lobsters, it'll do 12. And then whenever I start doing sharks, it'll do 20s. Right? Yeah, 20s. And then tuna potatoes, 22s. And then sometimes you have other foods that are like pies that you can actually eat like half of a pie, and then that'll heal 6, and then you eat the other half, and then that'll do 6. So there's another food called cakes. You can actually make some, or get some cakes. You can steal them, and every time you eat, whenever you click on a cake, you have a full cake, and you click on it, it'll heal you 4, but you'll only eat 1/3 of the cakes. You'll have 2/3 left. So then you click that 2/3 left, you'll eat 1/3 of it, and it'll heal another 4. And then you click it again, it'll heal another 4. So it takes a lot longer to eat than say a lobster, which would heal the exact same amount. But the cake is a lot easier to get than the lobster, and it's a lot cheaper and everything. So as you guys can see, to heal, you just need some food in your inventory. You click on it, and there you go. And then after you kill something, you can pick up its loot, no matter what it is. You can always pick it up. And depending on your luck, you know, sometimes you'll get something rare, sometimes you'll get something, you know, dumb. For example, something dumb would be like, I don't know, like earth runes. You know, they're not super useful. If you ever want to use a bunch of earth runes, you'll need like thousands, not, you know, 2 or 5 or whatever. So essentially, you don't really need to pick up all of the stuff. But some of the stuff I would pick up is, for example, like bones, because whenever you pick up bones and you bury them, you get prayer experience. And whenever you get prayer experience, you know, you can level up your prayer. And then whenever you level up your prayer, you're able to use other levels of like prayer. But I'll talk about that in a prayer video in another time. Maybe I'll leave it down in the description. I'll leave a link to it. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for melee. Get your attack levels up to hit more commonly, strength to hit or to hit higher, and then defense so other things don't hit you. Also, whenever you're leveling up your defense, it allows you to wear better armor. For example, what this guy right here is wearing, he's wearing mithril armor. He's wearing full mithril, and a mithril scimitar is what that is. And then he's got some rainbow boots and an amulet of power and some random cape. So he's wearing all of this, and essentially he has 20 defense at least, 20 attack at least, and that's pretty much it. So he has 20 attack and 20 defense at least. And as you guys can see, once you get your levels up to like 20, you can pretty much do the type of damage this guy's doing. He's killing these things a lot faster than I could right now, and a lot faster than I'm gonna be able to for the next like few hours really of work. So there you guys go. That is melee. Thank you guys all so much for watching this video. If you guys do want to learn more about like fishing or cooking or other things in RuneScape, then I'll leave links to all of that. It'll all be labeled down in the description below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. And if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button. If you learn anything from it, just hit it. And then if you guys want to see more videos like this, then make sure to subscribe so you get notified when I upload them. And also make sure to share the videos with anybody you guys think might enjoy RuneScape. Maybe they'll get into the game if they have some way to learn the game. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.